It's a pleasure to be here today to share upon our story for Solar Taxi. This is a story that began in 2018. It's a story of how do we find sustainable transportation in Africa. Now, why did we embark on this quest? So, as some of you might be aware, in Africa, our economy depends strongly on transportation. Transportation it tends to be one of the sectors with the slightest increase in fuel costs can affect almost every part of the economy. Like you have rent goes up, you have electricity bill goes up, you have water bill, almost everything. The price of food goes up with the slightest change in fuel. So in 2018, we decided, okay, can we find a more sustainable way that we could have a transportation means in Africa without the necessary challenges of high fuel costs, among other things. And also, looking at the situation, Africa has the lowest mobility rate in the world. If you look at all the developed countries and continents, Africa has the lowest rates. That means Africans are not moving a lot, and majority has to do with transportation. Majority have to do with lack of access of mobility services and mobility infrastructure. So with this at the background, we embarked on designing our first solar-powered car. We built one in 2018. Fast forward, we had support from MasterCard Foundation, who took interest in our project. And then we're able to grow that from there to look at the various business models we could be working with. Then in 2019, we then look at scaling it up. Before us, we had a chance to scale that business up to moving from Kumasi. That's where we started from Kumasi Hive. So we now had a chance to move it from Kumasi Hive to Accra, where we entered into the market with electric vehicles. So we started with the market through the electric bikes, and then that was quite a straightforward thing for us. So what we do is that we do the design, then we source the parts based on the design, and then we assemble it here in Ghana. And that allow us to design products that are robust and quite speak to the terrain of our environments. That's one thing there have been a lot of learnings throughout this journey. I must say it has not been something straightforward. It is quite challenging because if you look at our first prototypes, look at our first vehicles, some of them were terrible. But we learned so much. We know how to adapt. We have learned how to adapt, how to improve upon the design for them to be able to perform the way it has to perform on. Fast forward, we have added more vehicles to our fleet, not just bikes now. Now we have the tricycles, and then we have the cars. So currently we design and assemble both the bikes and tricycle here. We are working on our plants to be able to start production of the cars here locally for that one. Our customers range from different people. So the bikes, we are working with a lot of companies, including Jumia Boats. We also sell it individuals that want to purchase the bikes. The cars, to sell it to individuals. We also do rental, and also we sell outright to a number of companies that want to switch now. Now, I think the option of switching to green, I think now it has become more of a necessity now compared to what could be on. The conversation is strongly now. We are all trying to go green. We are all trying to save the environment. So I always say this, that Africa stands to the point where we can develop without polluting. And when you talk about the story of e-mobility here in Ghana, you see we have a very strong government commitment towards e-mobility. And this is quite good because we in that sector to know government is putting policies in places that can help us to scale is something that's it's quite heartwarming and anytime you hear that, and then it allows you to work and scale on. Our goal is to be able to scale what we are doing. We are looking at increasing our production. Next year we are doing close to about 5,000 bikes by the first half of the year, to be able to meet our local demands and also meet our export demand, because we have a lot of clients actually outside. So we are working on exporting a number of them onto that one. I must say this that we are the only automobile company in the world that had more than 50% of their engineers being women, and I think that's something that we also take pride in it. That we are not just changing the story of mobility or transportation, but also we are empowering women doing that. So we have a set up female engineering academy where we train a lot of women to be part of our team. So if you come to our assemble plant, if you go to our maintenance offices, you are likely to see close to about 90% of the engineers being women. And I think that is something that we also take pride in, that we are providing such opportunities for that one. When it comes to also what we do, every vehicle that we create translates to a job created. So for instance, if we build one bike, it is literally a job that has been created because that bike will get used, and then that person, either a person used for ride hailing or is used for delivery service or whatever be the case, that person get a job directly. So if you look at the jobs that we are creating a lot through our value chain, and that's something that also we take pride in, that we are able to create jobs this way too. I must say that also we have a battery lab. So I would say we are one of probably the first company, e-mobility company in Africa to have such a facility where we are designing and producing our own battery packs. Yes, Ghana is blessed with a lot of lithium deposits. So, but in our case, the battery lab allow us to design and produce specific battery needs on the electric vehicle. The battery component tends to be the most critical component. So us to have control over the design and production is very, very key to us. And this is what we are currently doing. We have a number of others outside Ghana that we are producing these packs and send them, because our packs that we produce are very, very robust compared to what you buy from outside if you want to buy from China. So with this, give us that competitive edge that we need to be able to scale up production. And also it helps us to recycle and repurpose batteries if the battery's lifespan out of it. So this is a couple of things that we are doing in that space on the way forward. As I mentioned, our goal is to scale and then especially create more jobs, save the environment, and doing that, also being able to scale across the continent. We are building a mobility infrastructure. That is our goal, and that is what we seek to do. The journey has been, I would say, that easy, but I think so far so good. I think we kind of show what a Ghanaian youth can do when given the platform, and I think this is a story that you could find a lot, not just us, but also across board. When you give the Ghanaian a platform, they're able to do amazing stuff on. So going forward, I believe that we could have more companies coming out, and then this story can also inspire a lot of young Ghanaians out there for them to be able to take up whatever they are doing and looking at scaling up. Thank you very much.